The fake laughter. I'm not going to be able to make it through this whole video. This is causing me psychic damage. All right, let's go ahead and cover this last one. We got one more to cover before the night's over, and this is Wizards of the Coast apparently being inherently racist for removing half-elves and half-orcs from D&D. So let's go ahead and get into that. Also, if I could have any lightsaber build, what would it be? Zada, it would be the Saberstaff. I like, but not Darth Maul's Saberstaff. I would want the Saberstaff that Bane's master had, that had one shorter end and one longer end. That's what I would want. Anyway, on to the fan art section. Before we get into Wizards of the Coast and race mixing, this one here is from Kunai Chi Snep, flat non-shaded version, fixed, I think. Oh, this is a, it's a work in progress, but, oh, I can't say those. Actually, I can. Maki Himiko, thank you for redeeming your points for, because I'm forced to do it. I don't want to be here. Yep. The next one we have here is from Satoki Nijikawa. Slime Suris, but the tail has begun to split. Also, I tried experimenting with some shading. Oh! Fuck yeah. Well, thank you very much for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. With that said, that is quite the thumbnail. That is quite the thumbnail. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got going on here.
Is inherent. Wizards of the Coast officially announce that half-elves, half-orcs, etc., and the very concept of half-races in general is inherently racist.
I hate the way he rolls his R's. Why do the way he rolls his R's make me crave violence? Racist. I feel like if you're doing that, you're just pretentious.
Okay. Very well. All right.
Let's see. Do they actually say that, though? Hold on. Species new background. The Goliath is joining the core species. We haven't been thrilled for years with anything that begins with half. The half construction is inherently racist. They'll still be in D&D Beyond if you want to play the. Okay, cool. Well, let's go into that, I guess.
I feel like Wizards of the Coast might be reading a little bit too much in the way of Austrian philosophy, e.g. the painting school recently, but okay. Any sort of race...
Wizards of the Coast is Hitler, guys. Did you get it? Did you get the joke? I hope you got the joke.
Fixing is inherently evil, and only the pure-blooded races should inherit the earth.
You know, I feel like that's not what they're saying. I feel like that's not what they're doing, actually. In fact, I feel like Fine Point, Ultra Fine Point, may have actually provided me with the exact thing that Wizards of the Coast is doing. Tell me if this sounds like getting rid of half races to you. Thanks to the magical workings of the multiverse, humanoids of different kinds sometimes have children together. For example, folk who have a human parent and an orc or an elf parent are particularly common. Many other combinations are possible. If you would like to play the child of such a wondrous pairing, choose 2 race options that are humanoid to represent your parents, and then determine which of those races options provide you with your game traits. Size, speed, and special traits. You can mix and match visual characteristics, color, ear shape, and the like of the 2 options. For example, if your character was a halfling and has a gnome parent, you might choose halfling for your game traits and then decide your character has the pointed ears that are characteristic of a gnome. Finally, determine the average of the 2 options' lifespan to try to figure out your character and how long they will live. For example, the child of a halfling and a gnome has an average lifespan of 288 years. That does not sound to me like removing mixed races from Wizards of the Coast's game. That sounds a lot more like, oh, I don't know, expanding the idea of races and how they mix in the game. But maybe I'm wrong and stupid and dumb. Who knows? Maki Himiko, thank you for redeeming your points for an since I'm forced to do that by gunpoint now. But let's go ahead and continue, I guess.
Oh, God. YouTube, please have mercy. I'm just saying what they're saying. And
You didn't say what they said, though. You actually said the opposite of what they said.
in celebration of Wizards of the Coast discovering their newfound ethical sensibilities, I introduce to you the two most racist people in the entirety of...
My fucking god, I'm not going to be able to get through this whole video. I'm not going to be able to get through this whole video. This pretentious fucking fake accent bullshit. It's making me want to claw my ears out.
Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast, and Hasbro lore in general. Black-a-gon and out of it.
And what's wrong with Aragorn being black? Who cares? I don't see what's funny.
I did not anticipate this one. See,
So
myself and everybody else did indeed mock Black-a-gon because, well, it's ridiculous. And it's the most current year thing ever.
Current year. Oh my fucking god. One fork. One eardrum.
It literally makes loud them ranks. No longer a meme, but observable reality. But I didn't think that we would then, months later, realize that Wizards of the Coast are looking at this and going, goddamn race mixing scum.
It's not what they're doing, though. But I can't look how his hair looks like it doesn't look real because his hair is stopped. Like, his hair is receding, like mine is. But it's like just combed enough at the top to be styled, but it's just floof everywhere else? I guess? I guess that's what you're referring to? Is that it's the laugh that's getting to me? Yeah, the fake laughter. The fake laughter. I'm not going to be able to make it through this whole video. This is causing me psychic damage.
I am pushing the limits of YouTube right here.
No, you're not. You're not. I have heard far more slurs than you will ever be able to utter in a single sentence on this platform.
Yeah. God damn it. I don't... So, he didn't elaborate much on this, this newfound revelation over at the Wizards of the Coast here, and that's probably for the better, so... Okay, alright. In all due seriousness for a second here, let's think about this. So, we also haven't...
I have a question. Is he ever going to look at any of the supplementary material here? Or is he just going to look at this? Because this right here isn't the whole of the changes happening to 1D&D. I already looked up the whole of the changes happening to 1D&D. Ultra Fine Point provided those changes for me. They're expanding race mixing. If he's just staring at this one thing and just waxing cynical about it, we don't have to watch the whole video.
Been thrilled for years with anything that begins with half. The half construction is inherently racist.
So the reason it was considered inherently racist to have the half construction is because the half that was always implied was human. A half orc in D&D from, 4th edition and early 5th edition, a half orc would be considered half human, half orc. Or a half dragon. Like, this is all considered human and. That is technically racist. In terms of, like, D&D shit. The assumption that the half is always there. It's just like it's racist to assume that white is the default for society. It's the same thing. Now, is it racist in a way that's harmful? No. It's low on the totem pole. It's really low on the totem pole. It's fantasy racism. That's what it is. If you just want to focus on the fact that they use the word race and just sit there and laugh all you want at it, come on. You can do better than that. I'm sure you can. But as we've already shown, they're not getting rid of race mixing in the game. They just are getting rid of the specific half classes or half races because they know that instead of having those half races, expanding that to where everybody can have any type of racial combination they want, it works better in lore, it works better game mechanic wise, and it doesn't seem like there's a superiority complex for the humans in the game. That's all that is. But go ahead, keep up with your bullshit.
Okay, so he's referring here to half-elves, half-orcs, etc. Something that's been in D&D since pretty much its inception, I believe.
And guess what? They're not being removed.
This is...
Oh, by the way, if you want to know one of the examples in a fantasy thing for, like, why you don't assume the human half is half, like why that's a bad thing, I'm going to introduce you to a character from World of Warcraft. Well, from early Warcraft, really. Earth Magic. Thank you for redeeming your points, friend. Ooh. But no, seriously. Warcraft. How many of you are familiar with the character Garona Half-Orcan? Literally in her name. Garona Half-Orcan. Now, for years, everybody assumed that Garona's lineage was orc and human. It was orc and human for the longest time. Do you want to know what the actual story was? You know what the actual story was? It wasn't that she had a human father and an orc mother, or a human mother, or an orc father. No. Her mother was a Draenei. The indigenous, or not the indigenous, the race of people that were not indigenous and got almost genocided in Draenor. And then, after getting almost genocided, the slaves that were kept were raped. You know why? Because Gul'dan was a fan of eugenics, and he wanted to see if he could create the Orc Ubermensch by combining the holy powers of the Draenei with the now demonic powers of the Green Orcs. Rape. That's how Garona was conceived. Draenei, Orc. Oh, but don't worry. Don't worry. This is why when you have a story where everybody just assumes that the other half is human, there's little bits of that story that just kind of get left by the wayside. Now, I'm not saying that it's the best bit of storytelling ever, but I'm just saying there are fantasy stories where this has been thrown in the face of the characters. And yeah, that's canon. That's canon. That's canon to Warcraft. Ain't going anywhere. Draenei and Orc, no humanism required. I really don't like orcs. It has nothing to do with orcs. It has everything to do with Gul'dan. Orcs are not savage, evil people in Warcraft. Gul'dan was. Gul'dan controlled the orcs using the blood of... what was his name? Mal'Ganis, I want to say? I think it was Mal'Ganis' blood. Before it was retcon, Garona had a kid as well. True, because Garona had a kid with Medivh. But yeah, there are other fantasy properties that have had this run-in with half races being assumed to be half human and literally having traumatic bits of their story revealed as a way to show that no, actually, not all the time. But let's keep going. You know, for fun.
An inherently racist concept. Alright, so D&D has been straight up removing the entire concept of race for a while now.
Have they? Have they? What's this? What's this? This it looks like that's not what they're doing. It looks like that's not what they're doing. Concept of race being removed from D&D. Fellow D&D players of 5th edition, because we are the ones that keep up with D&D. You people who play Pathfinder, y'all, go be in your hole, have fun, enjoy. You people who play 4th edition, what the fuck is wrong with you? Those of us who play 5th edition, do me a favor, collectively sigh, because I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. They're removing the word race for lineage. Yeah, it's the same thing. Same thing. Same thing. I've made the 4th edition stands upset. Said, hey, I like both Pathfinder and D&D. It's okay to like both of them. It's okay. It's not okay to like 4th edition. I am just... Look, I am personally racist against 4th edition enjoyers, and I think that's valid, and you should remember it's valid. Never forget. But, come on, let's keep going.
Utter yeeters deleters, right? Trying to replace it with species. Anyways.
I mean, what do you call humans? We are a species. What is this? What is that? What is that? What are humans? We are a species. We're a species of ape. What are playable orcs? A species of orc. That's fine. That's fucking fine. So he admitted he lies? Yeah. He pulled a Leon death sound from RE4. Change bad, guys. Change bad. So species is the correct etymology, though? Yeah. Race is a fucking spook, but okay. They just changed a name, and then that's it. The concept is apparently all gone. Hey guys, the concept of color is gone because I've decided to use the word pigment. Now, if all the artists in the world want to collectively slap me in the face for that joke, yeah, you know what? Just don't use the word for which shades of blue and black you'll make my face. You might make me a little upset. We don't use the word color anymore. It's always pigment now. To be fair, in D&D, it makes no damn sense to consider the different players' races as different species, specifically because they can have kids. Jack and Quill, actually, it makes perfect sense. Would you like to know what the concept of a ring species is? There are species that have the ability to breed with one another while not being the same species. That's a normal thing in biology. I will do it, I'll smack you. Finally, my color theory class works! Like mules, ligers, like, no, it makes sense. It makes sense.
So, when they say inherently racist, they could, if I was to just steelman their position here...
You're not going to, but by all means, try.
I would say that the midwit little tards working at Wizards of the Coast might think that the word race, in and of itself, irrespective of any connotations or meanings or whatever, is evil by itself. Like, the very existence of the term race is evil.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. So the opposite ends of ring species can't. So here's the thing. With the concept of them being species, the actual reasoning that Wizards of the Coast is using, thanks to the magical workings of the multiverse, they're literally just explaining it away with magic. The multiverse has magic in it, therefore the species can do things with each other. Like, that's what they're going for. I think it's a non-issue, personally. I think it's a non-issue. But for this, he's steelmans it by saying, like, hey, if we just have the word race, that's bad and that's evil. Said, holy crap, robotic accent is jarring. He's just sitting here doing the whole, like, I think I deserve a promotion! Unironically. Unironically. Said magic cummies? What? Where's magic cummies coming from? Where's that face? Said that's not a mandatory assumption, but Wizards of the Coast... that's not a mandatory assumption that Wizards of the Coast thinks race is evil. It's just awkward language for use. So, well, in that case, yeah, I guess fuck taxonomic labels. To be fair, nature does that a lot too, so valid. I guess it's just like, if they hadn't said literally in their own literature that this is the reason why they're doing it, like this is the reason why species and race mixing, however you want to say it, works the way it does in D&D, then maybe I wouldn't have a stick up my own ass about it. But fantasy game, I play with friends, and this change does nothing. In fact, actually, most of the homebrews I've played have used this exact rule going forward. Like, we've been using the you can combine anything rule for ages.
And therefore, anything like a half race would be evil, and therefore inherently racist. I know, it's a stretch, but...
It would be a stretch if that's what they were doing, but as evidenced by the literal excerpt we have right here, that's not what they're doing. Jack and Quill says, oh, so you do play D&D with friends. Damn. Jack and Quill, that's why I said that I couldn't join your campaign. I have a DM who's already running a campaign. I don't have the time to go into 2 campaigns because I'm already doing one. We had that conversation, Jack. I see how it is. Jack and Quill, I'm going to play D&D with my cool new friends, okay? I'm leaving. I'm going to go race mix with my friends now. Oh, that's not how that was supposed to come out. That's not how that happened. Oof. Sorry about that. I used to play 4 games a week. Jack, I have Pioneer Tournament on Friday. I have Commander Tournament on Saturday. I don't know when I would slot this in as well with 4 to 5 streams a week. What the fuck? What am I supposed to do with that? Okay, but what if we stream it? Streaming Dungeons & Dragons is the fastest way to generate a migraine for me. So, here's the thing. I've done D&D on stream before. When I stream D&D, I can't do the thing I need to do to play D&D, which is do anything else. I have this problem in overly long Commander games as well, and I have this problem in board games as well. If I spend a lot of time waiting for my turn to come up while everybody else is taking their turns, I develop a migraine. It's easy for me to do D&D if I can do like a mobile game or something mindless on my phone while I'm waiting for my turn to come up, because that gives me the ability to listen to everybody else as they're taking their turns. And then when it comes my turn, I can do things, and I can be a part of the conversation during RP session. When I would do D&D online, I used to grind in World of Warcraft while I was having that time. Because again, mindless thing I could do that didn't kill, like it didn't kill my ability to participate. I mean, it'd be a lot more roleplay centric, with not a lot of fights, and that's understandable. But for me, it just like, it kills me I need to have some kind of distraction during other player interaction stuff, or my headaches just get awful. Like, I'd literally have to take ibuprofen during sessions just to make sure that I'd be able to continue playing those sessions. And it hurt, and it sucked. And it's a thing that I'm not super happy about, but it is a thing that I have. It's a thing that I have to deal with. And I don't know the reason why. This is my problem with college D&D games. I'd only fall asleep instead of game. You didn't even let me tell you about the campaign. God, tell me about the campaign. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Oof. 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 Let's see how much more of this we can get through. Let's see how much more of this we can get through. We got sidetracked. Yeah, we got sidetracked. Falcon fan, I do have Discord. I do have Discord. If you're wanting to add me on Discord, I can give you that information. There is also the public Discord, but you might not want to pick too many fights on there. Might not be a great idea. In my chat, I am very, hey all, anything is good, insult me all you want, do your thing. But when it's in the Discord, things are a bit iffy there. Said that pause face, that's a thumbnail worthy. I don't pick a fight with people. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
The most charitable interpretation possible would be that.
Now, the most charitable interpretation would be to use the actual, like, stuff they said. That he has a murder face. Okay, so he's just focusing on the one thing. What does he have here? Oof. What the fuck is that?
Race mixing his black genocide.
There are white people who believe that race mixing is white genocide. It makes me kind of want to shut my eyes forever. Also, Ivana, thank you for redeeming your points for... Oh, woo. And another time, because you did it twice for... Oh, woo. Okay. Okay. That picture is too lewd for Twitch. Suris, how could you expose us to such lewd behavior? Because I'm a terrible person. Because I'm a terrible person. See how long he has to sit here on the black genocide thing.
Woke interpretation of D&D's newfound position on half races. It's just...
Is he still on the thing?
Telling us that, and
is he still on the thing?
And WOTC is going to have to create support infrastructure for them. Likely, very likely. Even the freelancers are asking for this because apparently working at the Wizards of the Coast is so unbelievably toxic that they require their own mental health support infrastructure to be able to work there. But
mental health support infrastructure was required at basically any sufficiently large company. It's kind of a trade-off of working at a sufficiently large company. A lot of times that mental health infrastructure is offloaded into the insurance industry, but, you know...
Tragically, well, this benefit isn't extended to freelancers and content creators. My god, it must really, really suck to work at or near the Wizards of the Coast, apparently. Hey, having seen their recent position, I can believe it. I can.
I hate his mannerisms. I don't think I'm going to be able to handle more of this. Does he have any actual points in here?
Later in the process, and then the vice versa, and again, and on and on for literally all eternity. Because, just like we saw with the recent revelation that Anita Sarkeesian is no longer happy with the current state of diversity, equity, and inclusion because it has become too corporate and too wildly incorporated in every company on the face of the earth without...
Yeah, because it's all fucking performative. Why are we still talking about Anita Sarkeesian in 2023? Why are we still here? Why are we still talking about that? What? Okay. Yeah, no. I'm done. I tried so hard. I wanted to give a shit about this. I wanted something out of this. I got nothing. He's the personification of Internet Explorer. He's not loaded all the way. Dude just showed he's stuck on Gamergate bullshit. Yep. Is the slime leaking out of your brain? Yeah, it is. It hurts. It hurts. Anyway, that's as far into that as I can bring myself to get. I am made of pain. I am made of pain and sadness and everything else in between. The content of this video existed in the first 5 minutes, and we debunked it before he made a point. And then we're here. 25 minutes after the fact. The fact that anybody is still here is astounding. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm done. Insert end of video tagline here.